kijani ya hati nyeupe ya
I hope I'm right. Is there somebody from Atlantica? Yeah, so it has brought in people from all continents, and this is a huge success. I've also observed that the commitment by participants were amazing, even when we had to go out of our way and extend hours. There is no time, the halls were empty, and people listened to the presentations, and even those who were presenting did a very good job. Also, I can proudly say that people have keenly followed the presentations, and I hope, especially for the young students and early career, you've been able to network with the seniors, because this conference had a mix of both young students, young career people who are young in their career, and this is quite impressive because it had a mix, and I hope you have been able to network, and also even for those who are seeking to pursue their higher education, get people who can supervise your work. I also noted that our keynote speakers, we had an exceptionally large number of keynote presentations. And this is for the first time you are having like 3 keynotes every morning. And this was quite impressive. And I noted that our keynote speakers also keenly followed presentations. They sat in the podium and listened to presentations. They didn't just go away after their keynotes. To this, I thank you very much. So I also commend my colleagues at the National Museums of Kenya. We had quite a high number of presentations from the scientific community at the National Museums of Kenya, and this I say thank you very much. So there was also a remarkable improvement in the quality of the presentations, and the science was quite, the quality of the science was very impressive, and I'm very proud of this. And for that, I thank you, all of you, for making this first international scientific conference at the National Museums of Kenya a success. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good people. I'm Jambo. Thank you so much. I'm Kasina, the chair of Association of Kenyan Entomologists. I forgot to introduce to you on Monday the governing council members who are with us. And we have some members. Kindly, I request you stand up, you'll be seen. We have Dr. Njoka, he's a council member. We have Professor Lumbayo. We have Dr. Esther Kioko. We have Eric Mulama. We have Dr. Ngoka. And we have Dr. Mary. Yes, so, and Dr. James Ondanga. Thank you so much, members. For this session, thank you. For this session, I want to welcome Dr. Njoka to give remarks on behalf of the council and the association. Thank you so much. Karibu sana daktari. Very nice. Thank you. Karibu
sana. Good afternoon. everybody here must have experienced at some stage in your life something we call stage flight. Si mnajua hiyo? Yes, that's how you dispense it. Thank you, Chair, for giving me this opportunity. I just want to say, as a governing council, we are very, very, very happy with the way the conference has come out, the way it has been organized, with our input, and more so with that of the National Museums of Kenya, and even to give us a venue where the arrangements are very well done. We are very grateful for that. What has inspired me most, and I think I said that in another forum yesterday, is about the presentations, the way the young scientists are doing their presentations. It's really inspiring for us because we know when you talk of succession, we have a future. Even in our families, when you don't have young people coming after you, then you know that family is not doing very well. So for us as a scientific community, we are feeling very nice. You had the head of public service was here yesterday, Felix Kosgei. You heard him say he's a scientist. And I liked more of what he said off the cuff than the official one. See, you heard. And one of the things he encouraged us to do is to come out, run with the politicians, run with the policymakers, so that we are not left. Because scientists sometimes we just there talking about gene marking, footprinting, some terms which they are good for us, but for policymakers, they don't know what it is. So let's get out of that and try to use our skills even more. You may remember scientists who have been leaders, great leaders. I happened to be, I was a student in the UK. It's a long time when Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister. It's a long time. Don't think about the years. But that's a long time. And when Margaret Thatcher came visiting our campus at the Imperial College of Science and Technology and Medicine at a place called Ascot, she was like, where this gentleman is, and I'm here and wondering, this girl, this lady, you know, she was a chemist. Do you know that? She was a chemist who rose to be Prime Minister of England, of Great Britain. So even for us, we have an example here of our president, who is a biologist. He was in class with Felix and the director. You had the director of the museum here. And here he is, he's a president. Why can't you leave science a bit? Not that science is bad, but also pursue other things like politics, isn't it? Yes. And one of the ways of doing that is even volunteering. Just join a society, raise your hand. There are many societies like I'm a Rotarian, I'm in ESK, I'm in Agricultural Society of Kenya, I'm in Entomological Society, and you'll get time. And you get some face recognition. The other thing I want to mention here is about building our social capital. Can we say together? Social capital. Not just about insects, but about you and networking with others. Just this afternoon when I was moderating the invasive species, which I happen to be, I was a leader in invasive species in the region. I still am. You heard Felix Kosgei mention that yesterday. I met some people from Sudan, and we started talking about Sudan, and the way there is war there, and how traveling there, how you can't even know where it's Khartoum or not. How do I get to know that? By traveling and networking. Get to know another person. Forget about financial capital. Forget about land capital. Get to build your social capital so that somebody knows you and somebody knows somebody who knows you. So that in a conference like this one, even our chairman here will look around and say, wapi yule kijana? Then he calls me. Correct? If it's a workshop, we are going somewhere in Katahina. You know Katahina? Or somewhere in Timbuktu. He will just send me an email, Dr. Njoka, would you like to join us? I just say yes, even without reading the rest of it, because we have that social capital. So, young people who are here, feel encouraged. We are just focusing, like my former speaker, Kireka. Yes, we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing, like my former speaker, Kireka. Yes, we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because without you, our science may not go very far. And we are just focusing on you, because wit And we want to upgrade you to upgrade your science so that you keep on incorporating the politicians and policy makers so that we don't lose track. With those few remarks, I just want to encourage the young scientists also to put down your papers in journals so that when somebody asks for your CV, he can see you have also published many journals, many journal papers, so that doors are open. So with those few remarks, I thank you. And in the next conference, this is the first one. I think we will organize a second one. We may hold it here or somewhere else. Yesterday I talked about another venue. But wherever it will you be there with us? Yes. Particularly those people who are from outside. Today I've met so many people from outside Kenya. Meet people from outside, because I also invite you to go out there. And traveling is good. One, you make money, say yes. Si DSA iko. Jeni Masharia, si utalipwa. DSA itakuwa, and then you go and make another contact. Two ladies were with us here yesterday. Today they are not here. They're in South Korea. I don't want to mention their names, but it is good, and they are getting exposed. When they come back, they're asked to organize something. They know who to invite. Top of the list, Stephen Joka. And then down the ladder, you know how insects are organized? The family, genus, and species. You go down that way. Then all the way, na nitafikia Anne, isn't it? Okay. Makofi. Tena. Asante sana.
Dr. Njoka, thanks. You remind us of an era in the political time of Kenya before multi-party. Anyway, the next we are going to students. And as you have been told, you are not leaders of tomorrow. You are starting to lead from today. So we are calling about two student representatives to come and just express their remarks on what they felt of the conference. And the first is Rodney Omkuti. Is he here? Yes, please. And then after Rodney, we will have Cecilia Martin. And we are also thinking about the students local, and the second one I believe is international, so, and also gender balance. So kindly, Rodney, it is your chance.
Makofi. I'm trying to dispense the stage fright because Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rodney Omkuti from Pwani University. So it was an honor to be here. I really appreciate the organizers for coming up with this initiative. I hope to come and join more of this, to make connections. It was amazing the kind of people I met and the ideas and what we are proposing to work together on. It was just amazing. Thank you so much for the organizers. And then, so the problem that I've been having ever since I was an undergraduate is, you know, you see so many conservation organizations coming up, doing conservation ecology, but then they are leaving out some important aspects of conservation called conservation genomics. And it's good to, you know, incorporate conservation biology, conservation ecology, and conservation genomics into one whole aspect to move conservation to the next level. So I think as Pwani University, that's what we are trying to do. collaborating with those NGOs around the coast, trying to, make scientific conclusions and come up with policies to help in conservation. So we are mounting a conservation biology course, both for undergraduates and postgraduate. If you're interested, we can talk about it after this. And together we can move conservation to the next level. Thank you.
Just stay here. Thank you, Rodney. One of our sponsors for the conference from Liaison Group has just said they are going to give a gift to the two student representatives. So you will just sit down, and when the Cecilia Martin has finished her remarks, you will come back so that we call Liaison Group to present their gift. So, your turn, Cecilia Martin, please.
Asante sana. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Protocol observed. My name is Cecilia Martin Leweri. I work for the Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute, and I stand here representing students, but also early career scientists. It was my pleasure being at this conference as part of the participants and as well as part of the post-conference training participants, which I'm looking forward to it, which is going to start tomorrow. And from this conference, actually, I've learned a lot. I've been attending a number of conferences, especially in my country, where my institution itself prepares conference biannually after every 1 year. We normally host a number of people, a big group of people, but most of them do have like a common research areas, mainly of wildlife management and a little bit of general biodiversity. But from this conference, I've learned much more out of my area of specialty by seeing that you can convene people from different specialties, like the way I've seen that people are presented on entomology, they are presented on climate change, they are presented on past histories. Most of the things which I've never experienced, I've never come across them before. So to me, it was a learning platform, but also a room for networking, and I hope I'll take a good message to my home country, so that once we prepare this conference, we at least have a diverse of backgrounds, so that people can keep on learning more and more, as I did from this. I would like to take this time to thank the sponsors, but also the organizing committees, and I'm looking forward to future collaborations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we are encouraged that we have, the future is bright. I think from the two you can see our future is bright. So I will give this chance to Victoria from Liaison Group to say a word and then present the gifts to the two student representatives. Please, Victoria.
Thank you. It was not supposed to be a moment. I just needed to just appreciate them. Any student coming to the podium to speak, it takes courage. So I just want to tell them, good job. I'm Victoria Karanja. I work for Liaison Group. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, if they would like a photo, if you come this way. If you go this way. Yeah. So thank you so much. Next, we will have a representative of the delegates, and that is a delegate from Sudan Safeguarding. Sudan Safeguarding, and he's called Khalid Shambul. Please, Khalid Shambul, you can come over and give your remarks.
Karibu sana. Good afternoon. I'm Khalid Shambul from a country called Sudan. Maybe most of you know that now there is two Sudan, and a lot of people expecting more than that. Thank you very much, firstly, for Kenya to give my people a home. There's a lot of refugees from Sudan choose Kenya as a second home, as a second beloved country. Thank you, Kenya. About the conference, I'm gonna say nothing but our project, Sudan, Safeguarding Sudan Living Heritage, a cultural protection fund from the British Council project. Inspired by this project, and now we are negotiating, discussing a project with BIA and Rift Valley, and approaching also the National Museums of Kenya for a regional conference on culture, heritage, and climate change. In the last COP, I'm giving a keynote lecture, and I'm telling the people that I'm coming from the future. Why? When I see that the scientific community is really devoted to the people of Kenya, I know that this is the best way to build peace. Because of the climate change and management of natural resources, now I'm losing my country for the war. So I'm Khalid, I'm coming from the future.
Thank you very much, Shambul. You have given us another aspect. Sometimes when we do our research and are very comfortable, we never think about what is happening to other scientists in other parts of the world who are having a lot of challenges to get their research done. We have seen a lot of amplification of that about Ukraine, but there's many situations in Africa where scientists have it very hard to get their science going. So next we will have a representative from the exhibitors. We had lots of exhibitions, and we have Mr. David Manoa from Born Free Foundation.
Yes, I'm not staying on Ivy Malemba.
Okay, sorry, I was given a different name. It is Ivy Maemba, also from Born Free Foundation, who will speak on behalf of the exhibitors who are part and parcel of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Ivy Malemba from Born Free Foundation. I am the communications manager there. Born Free Foundation is a wildlife conservation charity, and we believe in keeping wildlife in the wild. We are working in Meru and Amboseli landscapes. And on behalf of the exhibitors, I'd like to thank you all for giving us the opportunity to showcase our work, our products and services. We are very grateful to National Museums of Kenya for having this platform for everyone to speak about their presentations as well as the exhibitions. So thank you very much. Some bit of feedback that I received from all the exhibitors on the other side is that they were very happy with the sizes of the tents. They had very big spaces, and the food was great, very clean spaces, and it was well organized. And they had a lot of NMK employees visiting their booths. So we don't know if it was a KPI, but we are happy to have seen all of them there. And it was a fun experience and an experience for bonding with others. So thank you very much.
Next, we will have a representative from the sponsors. We had many sponsors for this conference, from JRS Foundation, Nature Kenya, British Institute of Eastern Africa, ICA Lion, Kenya Museum Society, Kabi, and we will give this chance to a representative from Kabi. Of course, we had also SAGEREC, the Sino-Africa Joint Research Center. So we will give this chance to Kabi to speak on behalf of the sponsors. And Dr. Ivan, are you here? Okay, now, liaison have just been here, so why don't we call you back to speak on behalf of the sponsors? Yes, please.
Good afternoon. This has been quite an ambush, and I think I've been bragging that I was born ready. I think we'll test that today. So I think mine is to thank the organizers. I think the reason actually why we are here today, we have been partners of the National Museums of Kenya. Basically, they are partner in financial services. So when we were told they had a scientific conference, we simply said we have to sponsor it. And the reason why we are sponsoring it is, as a company, we've been there for over 40 years. And after 40 years, we had to sit down and ask ourselves, out of making profits, what else is there? So we changed our slogan to be impact for good, because we want to make impact maybe for the next 40 years. And if we want to be there for the next 40 years, what do? We have to invest in the young people. And that's why when we came here, actually our sponsorship was mainly going towards the students, because those are the scientists for the future. And we are very much invested in that. And also actually coming, even for me as a personal level, I've learned a lot about the museums. I think I've only known museums about the culture, heritage, but actually I've learned a lot of things, especially entomology. I didn't even all that. And even the organization which are here, even especially when you talk about wildlife, you think about the cats. Actually, I didn't know even the vultures play a very big role in the ecosystem. So it's been a very big learning moment for us. And as liaison, we're very proud to be associated with the museum. I think as Dr. Njoka said, the next event where it will be, we will be there. Thank you.
Thank you, liaison, for always being ready. Next, we will have the chairperson of the conference secretariat, Dr. Esther Kioko, who has worked for many months, and I'm sure she must be really looking forward for these whole events, everything ending very successfully. Dr. Kioko, please, it's your time.
Good afternoon. I have many things to say, but I will just say a few. First of all, I just want to say thank you to each one of you for being here till this moment. The hall is almost as full as it was on Monday. Thank you for just being faithful to this conference. Clap for yourselves. Okay, the next thing I want to say is just to say a word of thank you, and especially for the kind of enthusiasm we received when we first sent out this call somewhere around the end of December last year. We were kind of beating around the bush, but as things moved on, light came by, and I can assure you by February, people were flooding the account with registration fees. Clap for yourselves. That really gave us the stamina to push on, and I think we all are so excited to see what has resulted from those, at times, sleepless nights, especially around December when we started the process. I want to take this opportunity to thank the chairs of the various committees that worked in the planning of this conference. I had Dr. Malaki. Where are you? Just stand. That lady was the editorial chair, and she read, together with that team, they read through all those abstracts you are seeing in your book of abstracts. And they were so creative. They told us, can you give us your image and what you love most in your research? Thank you so much, Dr. Malaki. Then there was Dr. Jane Macharia, the communication chair. I'm sure she wrote to almost all of us. Thank you so much, Dr. Macharia. We had Madam Grace Mwende Kioko, who was in charge of the hospitality. And I'm sure we've eaten some Kenyan ugali. Those who are from outside, I'm sure you have had a good taste of the food of this country. It's part of our heritage, and this is where heritage lives on. Thank you, Madam Grace, for that wonderful job you've done. Also, we had Dr. Kirika, the chair of the logistics committee. He actually made sure that the tents were set on time and everything else was procured on time. Thank you so much, Dr. Kirika. We also had members who helped us in this process. We had Dr. Beryl Bong. Where are you? She works on frogs, but here she did a lot of work with the editorial team. We had Miss Agnes Lusweti. Are you around? Thank you so much for your contribution. We had Miss Lydia Nafula from the Cultural Heritage. Thank you so much, Lydia. And you know, even as you could see maybe emails from us written by Esther or Dr. Malaki, but behind the scenes, we had people who worked tirelessly. I want to single out one lady called Lillian Mwenda. Are you around? Lillian worked on the website, and you know, it wasn't easy from the start, but she worked tirelessly to make sure that everything was set up and working. And you know, those of you who have not been here for long, we have many issues. At times here, I think she would make the setting and then the light goes off. Then she loses all what she has done. She has to redo. Lillian, in absentia, we thank you so much for your commitment. We had some designs to be done, even for the setup of the exhibits. You know, some of us who run after insects, if you tell us to set tents, maybe one will be there, another one there, but we had Irene from our exhibits department who did all the settings, telling us, even this banner, it must have something like that. You know, we want to appreciate you. Irene, are you here? Okay, maybe she's still doing exhibits for the exhibitions. Okay, we also had Evans Eshuani running around with the ICT. He's from the ICT department. He made sure that our projections, our presentations ran well. And I'm sure we had a few itches here and there, but I think everything was just went as was planned. Thank you so much, Evans, for that commitment. We appreciate. We also clap for him, please. At the museum, we have the audiovisual department. Christine Kimani, are you here? Yes, there she is. She's still working. She's the one making sure that the microphone is on and that media house at the back is working. Thank you so much, Christine. We appreciate your effort. Other than those ones, we had some ladies who worked behind the scenes. Linda Mboya, are you here? She did assist us with the editing. She's the grants officer here at the museum and also helped a lot with the registration desk. Goretti, are you around? Goretti Juma? Oh, thank you. She's an intern here, and when you are talking of the young people being challenged, I think she spent a few sleepless nights trying to coordinate the database for the students. Thank you so much, Goretti. Lillian Kasheri, are you here? Lillian has been helping right from the start, and she's the PA in one of the offices, and she really did a lot of work putting the paperwork together. Thank you so much, Lillian. So we had also committee co-chairs, people who worked with those chairs that I mentioned. I was the chair for the secretariat, but I had an able co-chair, Dr. Boniface Goka. Thank you so much. At times here at the museum, you are sent somewhere, they forget that you are supposed to chair a secretariat, so he was always there to standing. Thank you so much, Boniface. We had Dr. Namikoye Samita from Kenyatta University, also a member of the AKE, and she was my co-chair in the Finance and Fundraising Committee. That's where the tire touches the tarmac. Clap for her. And we had also Mr. Eric Muthama. I'm sure you saw him, those who were there for the cocktail. He makes a bit of noise. So he was the co-chair for Madam Jane in the communication committee. So thank you so much, Eric. We appreciate your support. With that, I also want to appreciate the keynote speakers. Initially, we wanted to have 6. Now we can talk since the conference is almost over. But as we reached out, we said, let's try. I'm sure people are so busy. We'll get maybe about 3, which will be fine for each day in the morning. But when we send out the call, they all said, yes, we are available. Thank you so much, the keynote speakers. Maybe we can just ask my mentor, my dad in science, Professor Raina, just to stand and wave on behalf of all the keynote speakers. Thank you, thank you. And you can see the commitment when young people, you are being told to rise up. I met Professor Etisipe, and I used to work for my master's in the STEM Borer lab, where I did my master's on STEM borers. And he was in the next lab running his commercial insects program. I finished my master's. I came back to the museum. Then one afternoon, my boss came with Professor Raina, and he said, oh, Esther, you have a visitor. And then the visitor came in. He told me, okay, I wanted to see some moths. I went and pulled a few drawers, Saturniids, the moon moths. I don't know if he still remembers. I showed him the moon moths, and I also showed him some Lasiocambids. Those are families of moths. Don't worry about the jargon. And then he told me, Esther, I've been watching the way you work in Dr. Overott's lab. You're always the first, and many times the last. And these moths I'm looking at, I'm going for a meeting in Japan. I'm presenting something on wild silk moths. And when it goes through, you have a PhD scholarship. And believe you me, Professor came back. After a while, he told me, can you send in your application? I got the grant, and you have the PhD scholarship. That's how it started. So thank you. Young people, when you are given work, whether you are an intern or a student, please do your best. Don't look at how your colleagues are doing, just do your part. It pays. It has paid. I was so humbled when Professor Raina, who left CPEN Kenya 7 years ago, and he saw the advertisement for the conference, and he said, I'll be there. Isn't that just love for a student? Thank you. Okay, now that aside, I want also to take this opportunity to thank our 17 exhibitors. You have seen them. Thank you so much. You've made this conference a real good success. And as I said, I was the chair for the secretariat as well as the fundraising committee. And I'm very humbled to just appreciate the support that we got from all our sponsors, starting with the National Museums of Kenya. They gave us all these breakout rooms, this hall. This hall, they normally rent it out. As you can see, it's a unique facility in the city where there's humble parking, but they said the whole of this week, nobody will set their feet here. It is just the conference. Thank you, NMK. We have, of course, the Sajorek project. Thank you for commitment from the Chinese Academy of Sciences. We have the JRS Biodiversity Foundation. We are so humbled because even the director came here to attend this conference. We really appreciate. We thank Nature Kenya. Nature Kenya is actually the mother of the National Museums of Kenya. When they heard that we had this big event, they just said, we are there with you, and they gave us great support. Kabi, thank you so much. ICA Lion, they were here yesterday, and they also supported us so much. Liaison, thank you so much. Kelly and your team, we are really honored. You sponsored us, and you are here even to honor the students. Thank you. Those students must have got a surprise, yeah? So students, you see, you're just called, come forward, and you come, and then you go home with a gift. That is the spirit. Keep it up. Kenya Museum Society also gave us great support. We appreciate them. They are part of us in this compound. British Institute in Eastern Africa, thank you so much. And I'm so happy you came because from our Sudan colleague, you've heard that they've already started negotiating for collaboration. We are so happy to hear that. Thank you so much. I want just to also mention one individual whom I mentioned also on Monday, Professor Jack Harris. He was seated here. I don't know whether he's still around. He's been an associate of this museum for the last 50 years, and he's still not tired. Huh? Those of us who are saying, oh, we're about to retire and go home, please learn from these wazees. Huh? Work has to be done. Thank you so much, Professor Jack Harris. We appreciate. And with those many remarks, I once again also want to appreciate our service providers in different ways, the caterers, and everybody who made this conference the success it has been. Thank you so much. May God bless you.
So, next we have Dr. Felista Malaki talking about the award of the Best Student Poster and Oral Presenter. Dr. Malaki, it's your chance. And while she's preparing to come, indeed, from Dr. Esther Kyoko's remarks, it's clear that holding a conference is quite intensive, very involving, but it is part of scientific communication, and it is very important. So,
good afternoon. You know, there are people, then we have people who matter. This is the hour of reckoning. Yeah. So as you've heard, my name is Dr. Felista Malaki. I'm very excited, and I was saying over this conference that if I was given another life, I would want to become an editor. You know why? I interacted with all of you even before I knew I was going to meet you. Yeah. Yeah, and when I was meeting you, I was trying to put the names with their faces, and it was such an exciting moment. I was just telling people whom we were with in the cocktail yesterday that when I was in high school, we used to play this game called Secret Friends, just before Valentine's Day. 14 days before, then you have a secret friend, and then you could give gifts, you get some chocolates, you get a good night message, you get a good day note, but we had some of those friends who do not even send any gifts. So at one point, I had such a friend that after 14 days, I don't. So it was such an exciting moment when I could also relate your faces with you are all my secret scientist friends. Okay, so I'm here because of the editorial. I'm just going to read a few remarks from the editorial team. Yeah, because I did not work alone. I had a team of people whom you are working together with. And we received quite a great number of response from you, and we are so happy for that. And applause to yourselves. Yeah, reading over 300 abstracts is not a joke. And I think it gave me a very good experience, and I learned quite a lot from you, from the kind of research that is happening, some that I didn't even know that exist. And I just applaud everybody who was able to submit their abstracts. So I just go straight to my editorial remarks. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and fellow participants. As we come close to the NMK AKA Scientific Conference, it is with a sense of fulfillment and gratitude that we reflect on the last few days. This conference has been a statement to the power of collaboration, innovation, and the pursuit for knowledge. Over the course of this event, we have had the privilege of engaging in groundbreaking research, thoughtful, provoking discussions, and technology delving into the complexities of environmental science. The breadth and depth of topics covered have been truly remarkable, and you can attest to that. But beyond the wealth of knowledge shared, what has truly made this conference special is the sense of community that permeates every interaction. There's a lot of interaction and networking. So we have come together from different backgrounds, disciplines, corners of the globe, united by a common passion for science and a shared commitment to advancing human understanding. In addition to the intellectual exchange in this conference has also provided invaluable opportunities for networking. I hope that at least, apart from your colleagues, you are able to get some contact from at least 5 more people, right? I want to believe that, and I hope that you made use of that time, and especially from our students who are trying to identify research areas to focus on, and even getting potential supervisors from among the team. So we've forged new connections, ideas have sparkled, and collaborations have seeded that will undoubtedly bear fruit in the days, months, and years to come. And as we bid farewell, sadly, to this gathering, let us carry forward the spirit of inquiry, curiosity, collaboration that has defined the time together. Let us continue to push the boundaries of knowledge, to ask difficult questions, and to seek innovative solutions to the challenges facing our world. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all those who have contributed to the success of this conference, the organizers, the speakers, sponsors, volunteers, attendees, our exhibitors. Your hard work, dedication, and passion have made this event possible, and I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to have been part of this and to have the opportunity to read all your abstracts. So apart from this, we also had awards for students. We were only considering students because we want to motivate the young ones to take up sciences and also to take up important positions. So we organized to have an award for the best poster presenters and the best oral presenters, only for students. So we had about over 300 abstracts from diverse fields, from different institutions, from different professionals, and this consisted of 17 countries that were represented and over 70 institutions. Among these, we had applications from students, which are about 70 submissions, abstracts, which were very good quality also. Yeah, and today, during the 3 days that we've been here, we've been assessing students in the different sessions in which they were presenting, and we had a team of very highly esteemed judges. So what I was doing, I was just going randomly into every session and picking out at least 2 judges to give an evaluation for each and every student who was presenting. So that was a random, picking that randomly so that we don't get any bias. And so I have the results here. I'm going to read them out. And I also just want to say that we have both forms, 32A and B, for evidence. Yeah, so in case anybody, so I did not participate in this evaluation because I wanted to be as independent as possible. Yeah. So in case of anything, please, I have all the forms with me and we are going to open the servers for everybody. Yeah, so we also have our liaison group who was sponsoring these students. And in the next few minutes, we are going to, as I call out the students, they'll be giving out the gifts. I don't know what is in the bags, so maybe they'll explain to us, or it is going to be a surprise for the students. So if you don't get anything, please don't think that you are a bad student. We all, I think by the fact that you are here, we all came from good schools, yeah? Good groups of schools. We call them groups of schools in Kenya. If you come from a group of schools, then you are the best. We are all the best. Actually, it was very, very difficult for us to decide the winner. Yeah, but at the end of the day, even in a football match, those who watch Chelsea, Man U, Nini, we have to get a winner at the end of the day, right? So, and if we don't win today, you're going to win tomorrow, yeah? Yeah, so we are all best. So we can clap for ourselves. But yeah. I'm getting nervous about calling the names now. So I'll go straight to our oral presentations. Paper, yes, paper. Yeah. So we'll issue both certificates, and there will be a small gift from the liaison group. So, to the oral category, our second runners, Maurice Omondi from University of Nairobi, who had an oral presentation. Her topic was on the effect of hot water treatment on disinfestation for fruit flies and quality attributes in mango fruits. So just before that, I can just give you a statement on what we were looking for. We were looking for the content of the presentation. We're also going back to the abstracts just to confirm that it had the content that you are looking for. So we were looking for the clarity of the content, the visual appeal of the presenter, also the not appeal. The ability to engage and okay, we were looking at the clarity of the content, the ability to engage the audience, and the ability to respond to back to the audience, and also we're also considering that the presentations falls within our different themes. So we have Frederick Maurice Omondi, University of Nairobi, and its title was Effect of Hot Water Treatment on Disinfestation for Fruit Flies and Quality Attributes in Mango Fruit. I can have somebody.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much, and we hope to see you in the next one. Oh. Okay, our second, Miss Olivia Mukasia from National Museums. She's an intern. Ms. Mukasia was looking at exploring the potential of Solanum incanum as a suitable biocontrol agent for mosquito larvae. Congratulations. And to our best student, oral presentation goes to Allen Okito. Allen Okito. Allen Okito's study was on Salmonella, Enterica, and Escherichia coli cohabitation among factors increasing drug resistance in Bukavu City, Democratic Republic of Congo. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Those are our best oral presenters. So as I said, we were all best, so don't feel, yeah. We were all best, but we had to have a winner at the end of the day. So next we're going to poster presentations. And our third in that category was Gertrude Evusa from Kenyatta University is a PhD student. Gertrude Evusa. Can you just tell us your title, because I don't have it here. Title of your, sorry, I didn't copy it here, the title.
Thank you. My title was Utility and Ethnotaxonomy of the Succulent Plant Genus Kalanchoe in the Crassulaceae family in Kenya and its pharmaceutical prospects. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I'll just give them an opportunity to say their title. They'll say them better than me because some of those, some of those organisms are very difficult to pronounce. Our second is Judith Kambua. I have the title here, but I think I'll give an opportunity to say it. Kenyatta University.
Okay. Hi. My title was Molecular Pelosiny, Distribution and the Conservation of Chlorophytum filpedrum in Kenya, and the Resurrection of Chlorophytum amaniense. Thank you.
Yeah, you see that title was very difficult. Some things are even resurrecting from the title. Yeah, and to our first and best in this poster presentation is Abby Gutman from University of Minnesota. Abby is a PhD student.
Hi, thank you. Stage fright has made me forget my own title, so. My poster was titled Sharing the Landscape, How Kenyan Wild Ungulates Partition Space and Time with Livestock.
Yeah, that is all that we had for the different categories. Please don't feel sad if you didn't get anything. I think just by the fact that coming to this conference, you are all winners. Yeah, because not everybody abstract was accepted. So the fact that your abstract was accepted and you're able to come to this conference makes us all winners, right? Yeah, so I want to thank you so much. I have another category of certificates for the committee members. They worked so hard, and we just felt that we need to recognize them in this session also. Yeah. Yeah.
These are the committee members?
Yes. Okay, I'm not going to call them in any special order because of time. I'll just go by how they were arranged. So we have Dr. Jane Macharia, who was the chair of communications, and she was doing most of the communications, especially to the keynote speakers and to all the invited guests. That's right. We have Dr. Namikoe Samita, she's not present. Then we have Ms. Grace Kioko. We have Dr. Ruth Gadhu from Ake. Yeah.
I will do the calling of the names so that it moves faster. The next is Lydia Nafula. And after that, we can have Linda Mboya, if you are nearby. Evan Seshiwani, Elwid Kiprono, Christine Kimani. Christine is coming, and then will be followed by Irene Koyer, followed by Lillian Mwenda, Lillian Mwenda, Linda Gaderi, or Gasheri, not here. Goreti Auma. Goreti Auma is coming. Agnes Lusweti, please be ready. Agnes Lusweti, followed by Eric Mudama. Followed by Beryl Buong. And followed by Boniface Njoka. So Beryl Buong, please. No. That is Dr. Ngoka. So Beryl Buong, please. Then followed by Dr. Paul Kirika. Then Dr. Ruth Gathu. Dr. Ruth Gathu. Dr. Namikoye Samita, not here. Then now, I will call Dr. Esther Kioko because here, this is an interesting one. Please. So, Dr. Esther Kioko, please hand Dr. Felista Malaki her certificate. Okay, and please wait. And Dr. Felista, please hand Dr. Esther Kioko her certificate.
Yeah, so that is the end, and we are going to have certificates for all the participants, and we'll send them within a week's time because we need time to compile for everybody. Students are already asking us, and I think that should happen soonest. Yeah, so that is it all. Just to remind you that we are also doing an evaluation for the conference. So there's a link that is being shared in the groups. Just in case you've not received it, please just let us know. Before you leave here, just make sure you have the link for evaluation. We value your comments, we value your recommendations, we value everything, all your comments about the conference for us to improve in future. Thank you so much. Asanteni sana.
So as we close towards the end, we will have a vote of thanks from Eric Mudama. Eric Mudama of AKE, please give a vote of thanks. And then that will be followed by Dr. Kirika, who will give the closing remarks.
Yes, please.
Now, I apologize, I'm not bearing any goodies in terms of certificates or money or gifts, but I'll tell you the story behind the glory. What we see today is the glory of the conference, but before that, as I give the photo of things, it's good to acknowledge where we all began. On 18th of December 2023, the Secretariat had its first meeting. And in under 6 months, they delivered the glory, the one you see today. Please give them a clap. And with that, I'd like to thank first the organizing committee, led by the able chair, Dr. Esther Kioko from NMK, a distinguished entomologist, for leading the team to having this very successful conference. Secondly, allow me to thank the NMK management for agreeing to partner with AKE to host this wonderful conference, and also to thank the AKE Governing Council for seeing it fit to second a team of their Governing Council to sit in that secretariat, led by Dr. Samita, Dr. Gadhu, Dr. Ngoka, and many others, including myself, for the work they have done. To our keynote speakers, we happen to have, I think I can see two or one. Professor Suresh was one of our keynote speakers. He's present currently. As you go home, Prof, we have our best wishes, and thank you very much. Of the rest of the 8, we had a total of 9. Yeah, we had a total of 9 keynote speakers. We have 2 here. 7 of them, I think, they have already left. So allow me also to thank in a special way a man who came out of retirement to save the science of insects. Is Emeritus Professor Gideon Nyamasio. And I think you also need to brag a bit, Prof, as you sit down, that just as the Chief of Staff said, he was told by Prof, and I was among the last group of students who were told by Professor at the University of Nairobi before he went into retirement. So thank you, Prof. We are carrying the mantle. Thank you very much. Again, we have our very senior scientist. From the evaluation that we shared, we see that more than 40% of our participants were PhD holders. And this is just a response from 45 actually, respondents. So as we run down the numbers, I think we'll get more. So thank you, our very senior scientists, for guiding us and for also presenting your work. We are very grateful. To all the masters, we had around, if we can have that, kindly, Christine, the list of master students who presented their work. Out of the 45, I think majority of the presenters had their master's degree. Then we had a few bachelor's degree. And I'm happy that this conference was purely scientific. We didn't record anything below a bachelor's degree. So that tells you about how serious this conference went. And most importantly, let me thank the young people, because when we ran this survey, we found that 66% of our participants were below 40 years. Actually, 25% were below 30 years. And 41% was below 40 years. That means that more than 3/4 of our participants here, they are people who will be in science for the next 20, 25 years. And that gives me confidence as we, yeah, exactly. Thank you for that. So thank you all for that. Let me again thank our support team, beginning with catering department. They have done an amazing work, feeding us 4 meals a day. I believe nobody has complained of any stomach issues. Second, I want to thank the security team for, I didn't get a report that anybody's car was broken into. The police, the Kenya police, the private guards, and also the undercover police for doing excellent work. Please, let's have a clap for them. Then, most importantly, in a special way, allow me to thank the support staff for cleaning our spaces, tidying up the mess that we created every day, and for giving us a clean environment. For all the cleaners, the physical department, and the guys in maintenance, good job, guys. Please give them a special clap. And to the people who gave us the money for the conference. In no particular order, thank you very much, our sponsors, including Liaison Group, SEO Lion, JRS, Sajarek, AK, NMK, Farm Truck, and also our exhibitors, Born Free, and all the rest. Thank you very much for covering and also exhibiting with us. We are truly grateful. What we did was that, again, as I said down, when we were running the survey, we also asked for if you give us any comments for improvement. And Chair, as at 4 p.m. today, we had received 48 comments on areas that we need to improve on in the next conference. So in no particular terms, I think the best conference will be improved at looking at the different areas that we were able to get evaluated on. So thank you very much. Those are my remarks for today. Mine is to wish you a good time until we meet again. May the Lord keep you, protect you as you serve in his vineyard and as you work for his people. Thank you very much. Sorry, let me call upon Dr. Kirika to give his closing remarks as he consults with Dr. Masinde. Thank you.
Before the conference is closed, you know, the people who have spoken here have been selected. Is there somebody in the audience who would like to make a remark in 1 minute?
Public participation.
It's public participation so that you don't say you are not given a chance. Anyone who would like to make a remark? You can even make the remark where you are seated if you don't want to come. Just raise up your hand. If you raise up your hand, we will know. Okay, 2 ladies. There's one right here in front. Oh, but maybe if you have the mic, there is one just next to you. Please. Is it a lady? Oh, yeah, please.
No, mine is just to congratulate each one and every one of us, but also especially the conference organizers for a fantastic event. Well done, and we look forward to more. I'm Anna Cole from Uganda.
Thank you very much. And there is
That's right. Okay, I was saying I just want to increase my social capital like the way Dr. Njoka said. So I'm self-familiar from Kabi. Kabi was called, I think my boss was not around. So we are always told at Kabi, when you are given an opportunity, use 1 minute to tell the audience about Kabi. So Kabi is a non-governmental organization that uses scientific knowledge, shares information to improve people's lives, especially the small-scale farmers. So the small-scale farmers are our customers. So we share knowledge, we publish a lot, we help small-scale farmers not to use insecticide. So that's what Kabi does. So I think I'll get a present.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so.
Thank you so much.
And indeed, she has got a present. So those who have expressed their remarks are getting presents from liaison. So the rest, you have no chance, okay? So I think we are now coming to the close. I will give Dr. Paul Kirika, the chair of the Scientific and Ethics Committee, to close the conference. Welcome.
Thank you very much, our MC. Sometimes MCs get forgotten. Kindly clap for our MC. And as we come to the end of this conference, I would like to inform you that tomorrow we have excursions. Those who have not signed up for the excursions, they can do so at the desk outside this auditorium. And now everything that has a beginning must have an end. And I now declare, as the chairman of the Science and Ethics Committee of the National Museums of Kenya, I declare the first Joint International Conference 2024 officially closed. Yeah, I'm being reminded that there is tea for everyone before you go, and also you continue interacting. Thank you. Okay, we stand up for the national anthem. Christine. O God of all creation, bless this our Thank you. Thank you. I'm told as you move out, we'll have a group photo as you go for tea. Outside the auditorium, please.